This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Time in a week, LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva has ordered gun shops to close their doors, at least in terms of selling to the public.
We're going to shut down gun sales and ammunition sales outside of law enforcement and private security organizations.
The order only applies to gun stores in the unincorporated areas of the county and the 42 cities where the Sheriff's Department provides law enforcement. It's up to the individual chiefs of police in the other cities to decide if the doors will stay open. Villanueva says he's trying to discourage panic gun buying. The sheriff today also addressing reported efforts by the Board of Supervisors to remove him as head of the Emergency Operations Center. It's a move he says couldn't come at a worse time.
This type of attempt or transition puts everyone in peril, and that is not fear-mongering.
Americans are stocking up on bread and water and toilet paper. Yes, toilet paper. You've seen the pictures. You've probably been in line at the store. But tonight, we'll tell you what else your fellow citizens are buying in big numbers. National correspondent William LaJeunesse shows us from Los Angeles.
Coliseum Guns, how can I help you?
From New York to California.
With everything rapidly declining, it's now or never.
To Colorado.
A little bit of maybe I won't be able to get it tomorrow, a little bit of uncertainty.
Gun sales around the U.S. shooting sky high.
They're like literal zombies. They don't care. They just want something. They don't care what it is, what, make, model, doesn't matter. Just give me something. That's all they want.
The FBI says background checks surged to a near record of 3 million in February.
I'm afraid of what might happen. If they go into martial law, they can't get to the markets or have food. They're going to resort to probably looting other people's houses or whatnot. So I'd just rather be safe than sorry.
I know everyone's scared right now and they're uncertain. So what you're going to experience is people preparing themselves. It's not a bunch of vigilantes. It's just people who are concerned about protecting their families.
Ammunition is also in short supply.
Ammo is ridiculous. About an hour ago, we got in an order of 6,000 9mm. They're already gone.
Owners say 90% are new buyers, including many Asian Americans.
I've already encountered people who tell me to stay inside, wash my hands, get out of here.
These panic gun sales are not going to cure anything. They're just not going to put food on the table for anybody.
Law enforcement fears new buyers mean more accidents.
If you have one in the home, you secure it safely. It's locked. It's inaccessible to anyone.
Most gun buyers only have to pass a background check. Not true here in California and 9 other states, which require a waiting period, 3 to 10 days. So for these people concerned about the coronavirus and its fallout,
Rooney, in the last 10 days, the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office says it's received more than 450 applications for gun permits. A local gun shop also says it's recorded nearly 10 times more business recently, but it's not all coming from those first-time buyers. Grocery stores aren't the only places that need to be restocked.
Every now and then it does happen, once a year or every 2 years. Right before Florence, we saw a big rush with guns.
But what's the rush?
I think one of the main things is people they want to feel secure, but people do, feel like they want to, if they don't have anything right now, they want to have something before it's gone.
In the last week, the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office has gotten 4 times as many applications for gun permits than usual. Since March 16th, they've gotten around 465 applications. Normally, they get up to 25 a day. Recently, it's been reaching 100. But the owner of DB Guns and Ammo says the jump in sales isn't just from first-time buyers.
There's a lot of gun enthusiasts that really enjoy shooting as stress relief. So their concern is this is their outlet. Shooting guns is their outlet. They like going to the range. They enjoy spending time with their family shooting guns. So if all the ammo is going away and they won't be able to have that outlet, that kind of makes them nervous.
During a stressful time like this, Dane Britt says a lot of people are just worried they'll lose another thing they enjoy doing.
We're seeing more ammo than gun sales, but they want to be able to shoot and enjoy that time that's like their release.
If you are a first-time buyer right now,
do whatever you have to do to look into the gun safety, trying to be as cautious and as respectful, I guess, to other gun owners and the people around you as possible.
It's obviously being driven by fear of home break-ins with what's going on with the virus. People realize that at some point it could possibly come to where businesses are closed. So they're worried about being, home invasions, etc. That type of thing.
My concerns are not much about the virus unless you're unfortunately old or immunocompromised. My biggest concern would be the people that get a bit cagey, people that are fine. I hear about all the shootings in Wilmington and Philly. If they're worried about if they have no qualms with fighting you with other people, they imagine what they'll do now when they need to get food, when they've run out of milk, bread, all that necessities. I'd say for the average person, just make sure you stock up on basic supplies, take care of your neighbor, and don't try to accelerate anything. Just take care of yourselves, protect your community, care for them. You're still friends, neighbors. Care for each other, and we'll get through this. That's what I want to say.
One thing we're saying is they're coming in looking for handguns and ammunition so they can defend themselves.
Yes, we appreciate the business, but we want people to be responsible. We want them to be sure that they're purchasing, they feel comfortable what they're purchasing, and understand what they really are purchasing. It is life and death at the side of their hand if they decide they have to use it. And then, it's a big responsibility to be a gun owner. So we always hear at First State Firearms, make sure you're making the right choice. I'm here to sell you a product, but I want you to be responsible.
They just can't keep up right now. They tell me they had a new shipment that came in on Friday, and by Saturday evening, that shipment was gone. Their inventory practically gone by Saturday evening, which is why they did decide to close on Sunday in the hopes of restocking for this morning. Now, they told me even though it was closed on Sunday, they had a steady stream of cars coming through this parking lot, all those people looking for firearms as well as ammunition. Now, before the closure, the store had been busy since Monday, with staff staying several hours past closing time to complete sales. Typically, they do see an increase in sales during tax season, but the owner tells me it's never been anything like this. I asked what's going so quickly, and the owner said everything and anything. They're struggling to keep firearms and ammunition in stock. He also said they're getting a lot of first-time firearm owners at this time, and while it's their right to purchase, he wants people to do their homework.
Try to educate yourself on the firearm. Try to be careful. Once this settles down, if you still want to have the firearm, take a class or a course and just be safe with it, because I think there's a lot of people that have never owned firearms that are buying firearms right now.
And I spoke with a few customers, several of them telling me they're purchasing a gun right now because they're worried with the uncertainty of how COVID-19 is impacting the country. And just to put it in perspective of just how many firearms they've sold here in the past week, the owner tells me just one day last week, they sold as many firearms as they typically do in 1 month.
In what gun store owners are calling a panic, thousands of people are now stocking up on weapons. Danielle C. tells us what they're buying and why.
The line was out the door the last time I was here, as it had been for days. The owner here at ATP Gun Shop says he expects the same thing this week as coronavirus concerns spread.
Ever since Monday when we opened up, it's been crazy in here.
I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Gun store owners I spoke to all across the Tri-County area say their sales have increased by about 500% since the start of the coronavirus pandemic.
They're not feeling secured.
Buying both guns and ammunition.
I've never sold bullets so fast in my whole life.
And it's wiping out their stores.
And too many gun people are buying guns, and especially elderly ladies. Those are the ones that's not right for them.
And all the factors is out that I deal with.
And although everyone may have a different reason for their purchases,
they're good people, nice people, they're going to protect themselves. And I don't blame them, and I recommend it.
Store owners say it's important for them to stay open, because if people can't get their guns legally, they might seek alternatives.
If people can't get it, then they start doing bad things. I don't want people to do bad things when there's legal things available.
All gun store owners I spoke to say they have no plans in shutting down unless the state tells them to, although they are taking extra precautions, like here at ATP Gun Shop. They will be closed today, Monday, and they are regulating how many people they allow in the door
Mayor
at a time.
and assistant city manager told me today they were waiting for clarification from the governor's office on whether her executive order applies to gun-only retail stores. John Reed is the owner of J.T. Reed's Gun Shop, located on Auburn's Court Street for the past 30 years. He says he and other gun shop owners he talks to were confused by the governor's order. Reed sought guidance from local officials.
They initially told us lock the doors. A few hours later, they came and told us
to reopen.
Gun shops are not on the long list of essential businesses permitted to remain open for the next 2 weeks, but they're also not explicitly on the non-essential list.
We did not know whether we were going to be in violation by opening or not.
The head of the pro-gun, Maine's Sportsmen's Alliance, which has 8,000 members, told me gun shops should be on the essential list. But this afternoon, the governor's press secretary informed me that stores that primarily or exclusively sell sporting goods, meaning guns, are not regarded as essential.
I am going to do what the government and our police department tell us to do.
Which probably means that gun-only shops like JT Reed's will need to close.
Panic buying goes beyond toilet paper. People are rushing to gun stores to stock up on ammo and firearms. 13 News Now reporter Megan Shin gets reaction from a gun shop.
At Bob's gun shop in Norfolk, as soon as one car leaves, another fills its spot. Then people get out to wait in line. Only 10 customers can go in at a time for health and safety reasons. It's a process and a rush many customers are choosing because of the coronavirus outbreak.
Just the cause and effect of corona that's causing the issue.
You don't want to be a sitting duck, put it that way.
We kept our social distance and spoke to the store's co-owner on the phone. He says background check systems for Virginia State Police are bogged down with gun registrations because of the surge.
There's, 300% increase was the last number I saw from the state police.
Judging by the number of background checks, that's about 4 times the usual business. So why the rush to buy guns?
It's analogous to toilet paper.
In short, it's a buy for the sake of buying. Bob's gun shop owners say they're seeing more people shop for guns and ammo right now than they did shortly after the Sandy Hook shooting. But this wake-up call will have a long-term impact. Owners say they will have to ration ammunition for the rest of the year because people across the nation are all making the same purchase at once.
Guns will be in short supply for 2 or 3 months, so our good business now gets taken away from us later when stuff's not here to sell.
It's a purchase to protect oneself amidst an outbreak you can only catch from other people.
I don't think we've seen the worst of it.
Uncertainty over coronavirus concerns has them looking for something to help them protect themselves and their families. The line outside Hyatt Guns on Wilkinson Boulevard isn't quite for the reason you might think. Gun sales are up, but they're also limiting the number of people inside the store to try and prevent the spread of the coronavirus. However, the store owner says the store has done about 3 times the business it normally would, starting on Friday the 13th.
This is a good time right now, I think, as I said before, to, add a little protection. Church is closed.
I do go to the shooting range every now and then just to make sure my aim is on point. But other than that, this is just for protection for myself and my family.
Store owner Larry Hyatt says people are not really buying for hunting or target shooting, but for self-defense.
With the pandemic, the economic collapse, the political crisis going on and all the anger, and then the crime that we have, even when times are good, I think you put that mix together and people are thinking, wow, I need to have a gun for protection.
Hyatt says some people are buying now, concerned the stores might have to close over coronavirus concerns or for other reasons. Rebecca Loretto, a mom, bought 2 guns Tuesday.
I can't come in when the store is shut down, so that was one of my biggest reasons why.
Now, ammo is also running low here in...
This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.